Hey, you guys, bit croaky for the first talking of the year, but welcome to the Steele Wars Hyperchat for Monday, the 4th of Jan, 2021. Happy New Year, everyone. Hey to everyone in the chat. Let me know that everything's working fine in this new year. Hey, I know it's working because Matthew Mole says he heard the click. Damn that click. God. Hey, Brandon Hancock. Brandon, get it. Avatar. That purple bee's not doing you any justice. But Happy New Year to you. Start it with an avatar. Makes when I put you up on screen, far more entertaining. Hey, we're going to do some more Patreon questions in the second part of the show. Oh, Christian Thorpe letting me know, working fine. Skywalker Fast also helping me out. Now we can just relax into some sweet, sweet content. Yeah, so we're going to do some Patreon questions, but there was the Star Wars High Republic live stream that wasn't live. I like it when corporations hear things like pop-up store. It's pop-up and live stream. But it was a informative, fun, well put together. Everyone's backgrounds matched. Very professional presentation going into the launch of the High Republic, which is it tomorrow, the official day? I believe it is. Anyway, it's soon. It's hard to tell. So many people got books before the new year. So I know Tom is very King Tom. He's going to be reading it up. So he'll be delivering us a full review, a turn it or burn it review coming up. But they had a 52-minute unlive stream, a dead stream. Also, corporations, when you're doing these things, turn off the chat. Oh, it's not going to lead to anything meaningful. And more often than not, it leads to turn off the chat. Not everyone can be as polite as Lucas here, who says, "Hi, Steele, first time catching you live. Excited to hear you talk the High Republic." Or like Emily Lind, we're a friendly hello. Turn off the chat and admit it's not live. Whatever. But let's play. I was very happy to see Kathleen Kennedy up top, so we'll play her message. She's out in a park somewhere, I think, delivering a message, and then we'll watch the trailer. Let us go.
Welcome, everybody.
Hi.
We couldn't be more thrilled to be starting the High Republic Publishing Initiative. And we've got this wonderful selection of authors here for a panel discussion and to explain a little bit more about what this era is inside of Star Wars. We put together this piece that gives you some idea of what the High Republic era is all about. Enjoy.
Oh, I should point out that if you're watching this on delay, the sound may cut off at some points during this due to copyright. They might copyright strike because there's music or whatever. So if the sound cuts off, just know it's not me, it's them. All right?
We are the guardians of peace and justice.
I have to stop. Christian Thorpe says Kashmir. I was focused on the sweater as well. Let's go back. This is like the best sweater in Star Wars since the Moncal mechanic. But yes, very, very good Seinfeld reference there, Christian. Appreciate it. Let's go.
Some idea of what the High Republic era is all about. Enjoy.
We are the guardians of peace and justice. Beyond the stars is a near endless frontier. Our order was...
All right, I do have to say that when they have they've animated still art, it just makes me yearn for cartoons. Don't do it. I want to see this stuff moving.
And to shine its light in even the darkest corners of the galaxy. There, we found an evil that none of us had trained for, that threatens all we know. For the survival of the Republic, the fate of all Jedi, for control of the Force itself.
For control of the Force itself. I've heard some disgruntled chatter about that. I don't know. Who cares? Read the books and see what happens. Maybe they will. So one of the big things announced in all this, they talk about how they wanted to make a Han Solo character, not a Han Solo, all that sort of, stuff. But some of the big news is Michael Sieglin of Lucasfilm Publishing. He said that this is the first wave of books, comics, and magazine stories, because they're going to have stories in the Star Wars Insider. This is phase 1, and there'll be 3 phases going up until 2021. We are in phase 1, Light of the Jedi. Then in 2022, Quest of the Jedi. And then finally, Trials of the Jedi. This sounds so EU. Trials of the Jedi. Yes, Johnny G. Books have trailers now. They have trailers now. Very good. Very good Star Wars reference. Very good Star Wars reference. Brandon Hancock says, I hope this ties in super well with the Acolyte. I don't understand what Josh was saying here. Controlling the Force, but I do plan to read all of them. Okay. Did I quote that wrong? I'm not sure. And there were, let's go through the little StarWars.com, what they had up for this. We'll check it out. Actually, while we're doing this, I'll get a sweet little plug. BelowTheCollar.com/Steele Wars is where all the new Steele Wars t-shirts are. They are printing and shipping them for us, which is great. And we just got this new one out that you might not have seen, The Return. The Return. This is seriously, for many reasons, one of my most favorite t-shirts we have done. But let's go on. The link for that's down below if you want to check that out. I didn't talk about any of the other ones, but there's good teas there. Check them out. Good fun. Hate the plugs. Justin DeRoche says, ignore the grind. Is that how I talk? How dare you? How dare you? Drew H, far more positive. Great shirt. I've got the one on now. The My War. Jim Grote wants to know, was there an announcement for any High Republic content other than print? No, like Shadows of the Empire, toys, a video game, etc. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. John Pedro is here to celebrate the first plug of 2021. Woof. Emily Lynn says, at the end of the day, I just want a well-written book. It doesn't have to change the whole fabric of Star Wars or set up the entire new age in the shows and movies. Let's see what StarWars.com had. They had a trailer. Leox Gayashi. God, this is brutal. Says, Into the Dark will introduce us to some new galactic pilots. Gray shared some insights into her squadron of heroes, including Leox, Geode. Where's Geode? And Affy. I don't know where this guy. All right, and then there's this other people. There's a graphic novel, The Monster of Temple Peak. The second book will be Justina Island, Out of the Shadows. Actually, no, it's a young adult one. I like this one just for the cover. It's a younger reader's one by the looks of it. Race to Crash Point Tower. And that's a droid that they're sitting on, which reminds me of T-Bob from Mask. Thank you, Dylan. Hail the algorithm. Appreciate it. Dylan is very upset about that. I appreciate that. Star Wars: The High Republic, The Edge of Balance. This is cool. A manga. I will want to be checking that out. I'm going to try. I think I'm going to dabble in the audiobook of this first one and see if I can get into it. But, you know, we know it's going to, it's setting up an era that the Acolyte will finish, but we need some animation in the middle. Give it to me. Give it to me, Lucasfilm. Kathleen in your cashmere sweater. Sign off. Hopefully you already have, and you just haven't told me yet, but you will tell me. So that'll be good. So yeah, I'll talk to King Tom about the High Republic, but there's definitely a lot of excitement for it in the chat. Sir Roderick says, make sure to leave a like. Sam Scorsoni, he's with me. The consistent artwork leads me to believe an animated show is in the works behind the scenes. So Roderick says, no shame, I got the Audible version of the Charles Soule novel. I might do that. Can you get that now, Sir Roderick? Maybe I'll do that. But yeah, as I said, they made such a big deal about doing all the art and how much of an honor it was. And you got people from the Doug Chang's coming down to draw things and stuff. It's got to be for something bigger. Animated series. This is. Drew H. If there is an animated show, we need a Where Steele Was Right segment. Come on. Come on. All right, let's do a few Patreon questions. You can become a Patreon for $3 and up at patreon.com/Steele Wars. You get a personalized RSS feed to your podcatcher of choice. You get over 700 back episodes, interviews, live shows, news, reviews, comedy, festival shows, watch-alongs, commentaries, all that good stuff. And you also get to ask questions, which is fun. Oh, you get audio of all the YouTube as well, and all the bonus shows. So there's all that. Second plug of the year, everyone. Second plug. Second plug. Oh, Sam, thank you. I always assume Steele was right. John Pedro, any Calicans in the High Republic? We can only hope. If they're gutsy, they'll do it. Brandon Hancock. Steele, did I hear that Kenobi started filming today? I saw that Corey tweeted it. So, yes, I did hear that. But I didn't look into it. Hopefully they did. Start filming. Jordan says, announce your High Republic theory is right t-shirt. I'm not dropping a t-shirt over that one. A Steele was right t-shirt would be pretty good, but a little, a bit much, I assume. Michael Nip says, Happy New Year, everyone. Had a huge New Year's Eve, you guys. I was asleep before 12 while watching Transformers on Netflix. So if being a parent and COVID, that's a perfect storm of the most boring New Year's Eve ever. That Transformers cartoon, ugh, not feeling it. Not feeling it. But that Skylinks thing, he's a nutbag. Woo! Look at him go. But robots are having acid trips in that show. I'm not sure if that's good children's entertainment. Tyler Shaw in the Patreon Q&A would like to know, what is your future hopes for our boy Luke Skywalker? Do you want to see him in other live action shows? If so, do you want to recast or do you want more CG magic? Love you, Steele. Happy holidays. Listen, that time period between Return of the Jedi, or The Mandalorian, let's say now, and The Force Awakens, that is some juicy Skywalker bucks sitting in there for Lucasfilm, if they do it right. So here's my hope. Here's my theory. Here's what I'm going for. There's this epic, conclusive event in the Mandalorian universe with Ahsoka and the Rangers of the New Republic, the Mandalorian, and they're all converging. Boba Fett, it's all, if it's like trying to take Mandalore back against Thrawn, or something. There's a big Avengers Endgame, that sort of thing. The Ewoks join the fight. Conclusion. Skywalker's back. This time he's an actor. He cleans up. It's all good. Then that actor takes us off after the conclusion of the Mandalorian series into those Luke Skywalker adventures. And we see what he got up to. Traveling the universe. Hey? That wouldn't be so bad. Jordan Rennie, the detective, asks, does anyone know who did the voiceovers in the trailer and whether they are voice actors and could be in the animated show? So thank you, Tyler, for that question. Paul Murphy says, now that everything appears to be on the table, and considering that your peak has happened, maybe my peak fandom with the Ignite the Green, in any of the upcoming shows, what would you love to see and given more meat on the bones of story-wise? A belated Yuletide salutations and all the best for the new year to you and your Steele. May that force be with you. I want to fall in love with new characters. And Taika Waititi, if that's the Dawn of the Jedi, that's where my hope's going. I just want to see that fleshed out. I want it to be a trilogy. I want it to spawn a new era of slightly wackier Star Wars stuff. That would be good. Dylan says they can recast Luke, but will never have another Mark. Yeah, well, I think they can be the next generation's Luke Skywalker. Do you know what I mean? So it's all good. It's all good. We've had, I know it's a lot different, but, many Batmans and Spider-Men and all that sort of stuff. And I am open to it. But, admittedly, Mark Hamill's Mark Hamill. So yeah, I just want to see some new stuff. To see all this old stuff and tie-ins and all that is super sweet. Seeing Hayden in the Kenobi series is going to be dope, but let's just bust me out. I just want to go on a new adventure and see what's up with that. Kyle Delaney says, do you think Han Solo would like to seek revenge on Boba Fett once he hears he is alive? Do you think we'll see Han Solo and Chewbacca in Rangers of the New Republic, Book of Boba, or Chapter 3 of Mando? I reckon your best chance of seeing Han Solo in any of those is frozen in a block of carbonite in the Book of Boba Fett. If we saw in that him delivering, I know it's so fan servicey, but if we saw a flashback where he delivered the carbonite, and it turned into this deleted scene from Return of the Jedi of him arriving there, I know some people will sigh and fan service not, but come on, that would be blisteringly fun. So yeah, I think we might see a frozen Han Solo. I'm not sure if we're going to see a defrosted one. So, if he did get involved in the Lando series, and if they can get Alden on some sort of contract, and he does bounce around a few different shows in light ways, if they do it right, that could be really cool. That could be really cool. Yeah, James Waterman says, didn't Han get the revenge when he sent him into that side pit? True. I think, Kyle, that Han... Don't poke the bear, would be my advice to Han Solo. Do you know what I mean? He's got other things to do. So I think just let it go. And who knows what happens? I know. I guess once he takes over Jabba's palace, word's going to get out, so he could get back to it. But I don't think he's going to be, on some crazy mission to. I laugh at the thought of Luke Skywalker and Boba Fett being in the same scene almost in Mando. Brandon Baker says, hey, Steele, I have a question in addition to the topic idea above. Do you think the story of how Grogu escaped or didn't the night Kylo... do you think the story of how Grogu escaped or didn't the night Kylo burned Luke Skywalker's temple should be told in a movie, Disney Plus series, comic book, something else? How long do you personally think Lucasfilm should wait to tell this story? From Brandon. Well, fitting in with my Luke Skywalker theory that we talked to above, I feel like Luke, in that final episode or episodes, Grogu will be back with Din. I think, Din and Grogu back together again. It's like somewhat at peace. Maybe they have to lie low. Luke sends them on some mission, or there's something to get them out of the way. Ahsoka them out of the way, and then an older Grogu can come back. But let them ride off in the sunset together. So then Luke's story continues in the series I just made up before, and Grogu's back with Din, so you don't have to tell how Grogu got away or anything, because he's out of there. I reckon they're going to get him out of there before we get to that part of the timeline. So there is that. Thanks, Brandon. Sam Scorsone says, deliver the carbonite stickers on the way. You guys think I'll stickerize anything? Let's go about 3 more questions. Matthew Mole. Hey, Matthew. You're everywhere. Hey, Steele, happy holidays. Where to next to The Mandalorian? How do you top what we just had? On a separate note, how awesome would it be to see Ryan Johnson get an episode of The Mandalorian next year? Do you think Luke's journey will be explored now up to his arrival on Ahch-To? Well, that one we've covered with my make-believe Luke Skywalker series, Ignite the Green. Ordering a mass order of teas from an Aussie contingent so we can save on shipping. Matt, sweet. Thanks, Matt. I appreciate that. I think how they top it is taking back Mandalore, switching the pace of the show and, telling that story will, that's how you follow it up. That's how you follow it up. James Waterman says, lol, Hyperchat equals open forum for Steele's merch requests. Excellent. Yeah, so that's where I think that's going. Griffin Solo from Green Milk Radio says, sup, Steele, super happy to have finally ordered, oh my God, an Ignite the Green t-shirt and Sith and Destroy. Thank you. Here's my unoriginal question. What are your top 3 moments from season 2 of Mando? All right. Good question. Easily Ignite the Green. Number 1. Cobb Vanth and Boba Fett. No, Cobb Vanth and Din teaming up. Just jetpacking around. And the return of Boba Fett in his suit. Amazing. Amazing. And hopefully heading out to that set or the location. Matthew Mole actually helped me out with some directions. But yeah, going to head out there pretty soon and maybe take some little action figure photos. Hey, I've got to tell you, I love going to visit famous places or like silly famous places where something was filmed or whatever in California, because especially when it's outdoor, because it's, it's a good, nice COVID activity. And this weekend, I went to the site, which is just like a overgrown yard sort of thing, paddock, where the animal chin ramp was built in Bones Brigade Video 3, The Search for Animal Chin, with Tony Hawk, Steve Caballero and all that. And just to be there where they filmed this amazing video section with the chin ramp, the 2 things, just superb. So fun. So thank you, Griffin, for that. Paul Murphy with the final question. Second question from me. After yesterday's Advent-related catastrophe, dude, people are making too big a thing. It's not as though I smashed some chocolates on my desk in anger. Okay, maybe it is like that, but let's not go too far. He asks, have you got any Star Wars related merch that's broken AF, but you can't bear to part with? Oh, you're killing me on this one, because as I talked about, if you watched my year in review with Corey, and I was putting up some old Star Wars photos of my collection and things such and such, I've got this elusive Originals latex life-size Yoda, and his ears are they're just disappearing. They're falling apart. His face is all cracked, and it's like he's just disappearing. But I just love him. He's just the best. I can't. I spoke to some people ages ago about they could repair it, but it's in Melbourne. I'm in LA, and it's sort of just not on the priority list. You could always put a hood on him or something, but man, I love that Yoda. I love it so bloody much. Brandon Hancock's got to go to dinner. So I think that's pretty clear. A good sign that this episode has gone on
long enough.
So we'll be back tomorrow, same time. Help out the algorithm. Check out T-shirts. Check out the Patreon if you want more content. If you want to ask some questions, you can always leave comments below. I read them all. You'll see I'll give a little heart when I've read it. Sometimes I reply if I've got time and there's a sweet little question. And if you're less than savory, I just deny it, because who's got the time for that sort of thing? Not I, and not you, my good viewer. So may that force be with you.